Hello, Edwin Markham families, and welcome to Module 3, Distance Learning for Students and Parents. Remember, it takes a village. My name is Raquel Martinez, and I will be guiding you through Module 3. If you've been here before, you've seen me in Module 1, and you've seen us in Module 2, so welcome to Module 3. My partner here is
Victoria Ayala, and I am the parent lead for School to Home. So let's get started. Suggestions as you navigate this presentation. Feel free to pause the video for any clarifications you might need or to take notes. Rewind the video to review any info that you might have missed. Write down any questions you might have and contact us for clarification. You're going to see the info a couple slides down. Online learning is all new, so please be patient with yourself and with us. And take breaks, walk around, stretch, or grab a drink.
All right, so this is our School to Home team. Like Ms. Victoria said, she is the parent training lead. We have Mr. Ricardo Ramos, who is the tech lead. You have me, Raquel Martinez. I am the affordable broadband lead. If you're wondering for some low resources on internet, we do have a couple of modules already on the Edwin Markham website. You can just go to newmarkham.com and you will find videos on just like the affordable broadband, and we have module 1 and module 2 already there. We also have Ms. Kawasaki, who is our VP here at Markham, but she's also the administrative team for School to Home. And lastly, we have Mr. Arroyo, who is the teacher training lead. So at any point you see any of us, you're more than welcome to ask any of us for any questions, any clarification, or just an appointment for anything that you might need technology-wise or just resources-wise.
Alrighty, so here's our contact info. My email is victoria.ayala@lausd.net, and you can also feel free to text me. And our number is 323-388-3267. This number is connected to all of our accounts, so whoever can get to you the quickest will do so. We all work as a team, so you ask a question for one of us, and any of us can try to answer it for you.
All right, so in this module, we do have objectives that we just hope you take with you when you finish watching this video / presentation. So number 1, we hope you take away just hope we support you with distance learning. 2, encouraging students to focus and just provide great deal of effort. 3, reinforcing online learning. And 4, finding family online resources.
So reinforcing online learning, we're going to go ahead and watch this video that LAUSD shared with us. And then we will move on.
Here are 6 tips to help parents keep their kids motivated during online learning. Number 1, establish a structure and routine. Sticking to a schedule provides the stability kids need to keep plugging away. Plus, it minimizes their instincts to go rogue. When expectations are set, it's more likely they'll be met. Number 2, praise effort. Now, more than ever, taking notice of and commenting positively on how your kid is growing and progressing can really give them forward momentum. Number 3, break up the day. If you have some control over when kids do their schoolwork, mix things up a little. Consider letting them have a slower-paced morning and then tackling assignments after lunch. Number 4, check in regularly. Don't make assumptions about how things are going with your kid. Instead, see how they're holding up, ask how they feel, and figure out what you can do to support them. Number 5, be willing to experiment. If a kid is struggling with reading, try an audiobook. If math is too boring, do the problems on a whiteboard or outside using sidewalk chalk. A change of scenery can do wonders for a kid's motivation. And number 6, adjust expectations. If we've learned anything during this crisis, it's to expect the unexpected. Kids will need time to adjust to the new learning environment. So remember to empathize, celebrate the little victories, and start tomorrow with fresh eyes. For more advice and top picks to fit your family, visit us at commonsensemedia.org.
You heard them, commonsensemedia.org. Alrighty. So, supporting distance learning. What can we do as parents and caregivers to support our student with distance learning? We can help them create a learning environment, help them set a daily routine, set expectations for them for everything, and provide comfort and encouragement.
If at any point you feel like you just don't understand, like what does it mean to set a daily routine or set expectations, we can help you with that. So if you have any questions, feel free to just call us.
Yes, and it is something we're going to go through in this presentation as well. But if you end up needing help afterwards, we are here to help.
So how do we go about creating a learning environment at home? So for students, this is what we're going to do. You need to find an area in your house where you can sit comfortably and focus. Ideally, this space would be an area where there is no TV and no distractions like your PlayStation or your Nintendo Switch.
Or your phone.
Or your phone. Have enough room for your computer space to take notes, keep your books, and other supplies. And always keep your computer charger handy.
Yes, that is one of the most important things to do. So for parents, same deal. You want to help your kids create a good, motivating space. If you don't have, like a little desk where they can work, try to set them up in the kitchen where the table is at. Try to face them away from distractions, but also keep them from having people walking in the background because that's a distraction to other people who will be in the class as well. And also, if you have earphones, this is a great way to keep your kids focused on the teacher.
And this is also a great parent-child activity to do together.
Yes.
Help each other create a space. It doesn't have to be just the parent or just the student. This can be a project for both of you.
Mm-hmm. Focus. Alrighty, so one way to get everything started is to set a routine and stick to it.
If you do a routine, it'll help kids and students transition once schools open back up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can start the schedule of waking up early and then just like creating a schedule that is as close to in school as possible, it'll just be easier when students do have to come back to school because they already have a routine. So it would just be an easy transition for them.
And it also helps a lot that now school starts at 9 a.m. as opposed to coming in at 7:30, half asleep, figuring it out, and then zoning back in. It's like, okay, you have your whole morning to get breakfast in, to wake up, shower, get ready, and then classes at 9 a.m. So creating a schedule and a calendar. It's a big change for students to no longer have the routine of the school day with no school bell to mark kids tardy and let them know what class is next. They might feel like sleeping in or watching TV for an extra 10 minutes, which always becomes an hour. So remember, we are creatures of habit and we need to learn to be efficient with our time.
So how does that look like for us students? So students, we have to plan our day. Make a daily, weekly, monthly schedule and follow the schedule provided by your school. If you just have a list of things to study or a break or just like anything else like lunch, make sure you break it down into tasks. Plan to do the hardest ones when you have the most energy. Obviously, schoolwork would be the most hardest. Lunch would be the less hardest, okay? Be sure to keep a calendar close to your learning space to keep track of test dates, homework due dates, and any other important days you need to remember.
Yes, and parents, remember routines are important. Creating a schedule and calendar with your child, just like it's important to create a schedule and calendar with your child, just like when learning is done at school. You want to make sure your kids go to all of their classes because if they miss one class or even 20 minutes of one class, it already sets them behind, just like it would on the day that they're absent. And then you want to help your child stay organized. Teach your child to keep all of their materials and dates organized so they know where and when everything is. An organized space helps your child keep an organized mind.
An example would be like you see in our background, we have this whiteboard calendar. That would be a great way for you to stay organized. You can get something like this at Target. If Target's a little bit more expensive, Amazon does have a wider variety for cheaper prices. So that would be a great way for you to keep track. You can also get planners, also from Target or Amazon. And there's different types of planners. There's weekly planners, monthly planners, and planners that are set up by hourly. Personally, I prefer the hourly one. That way I can break down my day hour by hour.
So one thing to keep in mind when you are creating your schedule is the Markham Bell schedule, right? So you already know from 9 to 2:15 you have class. From 11:30 to 1, depending on your last name and what homeroom you have, is homeroom and lunchtime. And also another thing to consider is that our grab and go is open from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Mondays through Fridays, even on holidays. So you can come, or your parents can come and pick up a sack lunch that's going to provide you with breakfast and lunch every day for school before classes start.
And don't forget that this does not include homework due dates and also office hours.
Yes, those are things you have to keep track of for each class and write them down so that everything is nice and organized.
Plus, this is also preparing you for college when you are ready to go to college, or if you decide to just pursue higher education. It is recommended that when you are in college, for every course that you're taking, outside of the classroom, you spend 2 hours. Just a little FYI. So this is a great preparation, parents and students, for when you fly far away from the home and you study far away.
Definitely. Something else to keep track of is vacation and other days off that the LAUSD provides the whole district. So be sure to keep track of all the dates. You can take a little screenshot or even pause this video so that you can see the days that the students have off, and then they'll say, okay, I'm going to work really hard till I get to this day when I get a free day or a break.
Just know that our next holiday is on the 11/11 Veterans Day.
Yes. Here it is. Alrighty, so it is important to establish expectations so that we can maximize the success of our students. As you can see here, we have one example for Zoom expectations, like be on time, be in a quiet space, be prepared, etc. We're going to go into it in the next slide.
All right, with online learning, it is just as important to be a respectful, engaged learner as it is when learning in an actual classroom. So students, take notes. You see my friend SpongeBob, he is ready. Okay, so make sure you are ready for the day ahead after a good night's rest, and that you treat your teachers and fellow classmates with respect. Keep your mind engaged by taking notes and using graphic organizers or charts to help organize your thinking, and use a journal to track your progress or any questions you might want to ask your teachers about the work.
Yes, and for parents, teach online etiquette to your kids. Be sure your student is dressed appropriately, has eaten a healthy, filling meal, used the restroom before class, has all their materials ready, and a water bottle handy so that they can minimize the reasons to zone out of class or to step away from the camera. And remember, praise your students when they are doing well.
Be sure to let them know you are proud of their efforts in spite of the challenging situations they are with navigation through this distance learning. Yes. Not navigation, navigating through this distance learning.
Yes, it's a very challenging time, so seeing your kids stick through it and say, I'm going to do this, even if they're having a hard time, is you have to tell them you're doing great, keep it up, it's going to get better, and it's going to get easier.
And remember, the biggest lie we always tell ourselves is, I'm going to remember. We're not. So now we're going into encouraging student focus and effort. So remember, be detail-oriented, check in periodically, take breaks when needed, ask for help.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is the best way to succeed.
Submitting work assignments. So for students, speak up and ask for help. When things get tough, don't just push through it. Ask your parents or reach out to your teachers, especially when submitting your work assignments. Many times, students will finish work assignments, but will forget or not realize that they have not actually submitted their work. Remember to read your teacher's instructions very carefully for each class assignment, especially because each teacher can have a different way for you to submit your assignments.
Yes. Be sure to look for criteria charts or rubrics to make sure your work is done correctly. and try to get as much info in as you can so that you can get a 4 out of 4 or whatever the highest grading is for a specific assignment. And you can even ask your parents to look through it for you, check it out, or if you have a good friend from the same class, you guys can say, let's check each other's work and try to see how we can do better. So for parents, you want to be an advocate for your child. Be there whenever they need you, whenever they need to reach out to teachers, let them know that they have friends and family to support. And we also have the counselors, everyone is here for the kids. So it's more important now during online learning. So we want to try our best to help our kids keep track of turning in assignments. You also want to encourage them to participate while in class. It might be awkward, but being engaged and involved will help online learning feel closer to normal.
So remember, take breaks and change it up. Students, we know you have a lot of assignments to work on, but sometimes when you're having trouble focusing, you may have to change it up or take a break. Switch assignments, take a 5-minute break, have a snack, and I'm going to add, you can also get up and stretch.
True.
You can even use YouTube, Spotify, or Pandora to find music meant to help you focus. You just search titles like study music or lo-fi instrumentals, and you will get different options. Just find the one you like best.
Yep.
Here's an example called Chill Hop Essentials. You can subscribe to their channel, Chill Hop Music.
They have really cute videos, really nice music with awesome instrumentals. And they have one for every season. It's really cool. Check it out. Chill Hop Music. Explore all their videos. It's really nice. Ooh. Here we go. Here's a little sample. And you can play this in the background while you're getting some work done. There's no words to distract you. It's something you can vibe to, but you're not like singing lyrics to your favorite song while you're trying to read or do some math. And it changes. So every few minutes, you're going to get a new instrumental within each video. And they have cute little animations. I love it. All right. So Chill Hop Essentials, check it out. So something else that is extremely important is to be healthy, safe, and well. It is important to be safe during these difficult times and to stay both healthy and well physically, emotionally, and mentally. Actively learn the best ways to take care of yourself in every aspect.
Physically, it is important to remember to stay active and healthy during these times that have become very inactive due to COVID. Be sure to eat plenty of fruits and veggies every day and get at least 30 minutes of exercise a day.
At least.
So it doesn't have to be rigorous outdoor sports. You can literally just do yoga, you can do stretches. You're more than welcome to use YouTube as a resource on what types of stretches you can do. If you don't want to do something strenuous, I would just suggest stretching your body because it'll really help you in the long run.
Yeah, and even breathing, like being conscious of your breathing helps a lot. Take 2 minutes to take deep breaths and relax, and you'll be so surprised at how much it actually helps.
And sometimes when we have trouble sleeping, it's because our mind is so active, but our body's not tired. So you work out right before going to sleep and you tire out your body, I promise you it'll help with sleeping.
Yes. So emotionally and mentally, you always want to check in with yourself to see how you are feeling. Are you happy, stressed, sad? And then ask yourself why, or talk to your parents, your friends, somebody who you confide in to try to figure out what's going on. If you're having trouble or even need someone to talk to, we have counselors at Markham. You guys already know this, and they are more than happy to help. And we're also offering monthly mental health workshops here at Markham via Zoom, and we're going to share the dates right now. Okay, so this semester we have a couple of workshops before December, and then next semester we have 4 more workshops for mental health. And our psychiatric social worker, Miss Mier, is going to be in charge of those. I will be assisting them, and every month you're going to be able to find the links to get into those meetings on newmarkham.com. You'll see them on the main page. Just look for mental health workshop flyer, and they're going to be from 2:30 to 4 p.m. each time. So this semester, we still have October 6th and November 17th. And in spring semester, we have January 19th, February 9th, March 9th, and April 19th. So stay tuned and connect with us. If you ever feel like you need some extra help or someone to talk to, it's going to be great. We're going to be in a group, and parents and students are invited to join us.
And remember, these are happening from 2:30 to 4. Now, how do we go about finding family online resources? So one great resource for you would be the Edwin Markham Middle School website, which Ms. Victoria just mentioned is newmarkham.com. We do have a previous module, Module 2, and where we do go in depth about just how to navigate our webpage. So if you want to know more about our webpage and just like how to navigate it, please check out Module 2.
We mentioned it in most of the modules that we've done in the recordings, even our live PTs. So you can also find in the back to school one how to navigate through the Markham website.
Mm-hmm. The Los Angeles Unified School District, which should be a web page that you should be checking periodically, not like every day, but maybe like once or twice a month, because it just has a lot of resources and just updates on what is happening within the LAUSD district. Also, the California Department of Education is another great resource for you. We're not going to go into depth about these resources, but you're more than welcome to Google them, and you're more than welcome to conduct your own research on the resources that each of these bullet points provide. But like I said, if you just want something more closely related to you, I would first check the Edwin Markham Middle School webpage, because a lot of the information will be there.
Yes, and remember, there's also the commonsense.org page that's more, more geared towards social distance learning.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so here's one resource that we are going to cover a bit again from our new Markham website. So when you go to the Markham website, you want to look for the menu bar that says Parents, and when you click it, you go on Virtual Parent Center. Here, I have put together a bunch of resources so that you don't have to go switching around back and forth between pages, and you can find everything on one page. So we have resources here, which you can find in English and in Spanish for families during school closure, counseling, mental health, if you need to find a food bank, if you want to connect to Parent Portal or School to Home, or connect to the Remind app, which is extremely important too, to get all information from the school on a daily basis. And here you can also find counselor contact info and our contact info for helping families, which would be me, the parent representative, or Mrs. Nunez, who is in charge of parent engagement. We have also little cool clips here, like yoga videos from LAUSD, safety with COVID, how to wash your hands properly, and right behind the camera, you will see a video on how to create your own mask. Also have the calendar and bell schedule here. So you click on anything and it's going to take you somewhere else. Explore the page.
So this would be the counseling team here at Edwin Markham Middle School. And these are just, and it's translated in English and Spanish, if you're wondering what are the official titles for each of the staff here at Markham. If you need any form of resource, please feel free to either try to specifically call one number, or if you just want to call one, I'm pretty sure they'll transfer you to the adequate resource. So don't feel like, oh, I don't know who's who, so I'm not going to call. Mm-hmm. We would rather you call, and then together we would figure out a solution. But just in case I'm going to break it down, we have Ms. Gabriel, who is the academic counselor here. So anything that has to do with grades or just resources, she would be a great contact just for any of the students. We have Ms. Rosas, who is the PSA. She is in charge of the attendance. So if there's any questions that you might have, like, my child was marked absent, but he was there, please, you're more than welcome to contact her. If you have any other attendance questions, she is your point of contact. You have Mr. Contreras, who is the restorative justice teacher. So anything that has to do with problem solving, behaviors, you can contact him. You have Ms. Mira, who is our psychiatric social worker. So anything with mental health, she is the person that you would want to get in contact. whether it's for you or members, we just will provide you resource. Don't think we will turn you away just because, you think that we might not provide you those resources. No, I would rather you check in and we figure this out together than you getting no resources at all. Then you have Miss Sarden, who is the Specialized Student Service Counselor. So she specifically works with youth in foster homes. So if you have any foster youth members or kids that you're working with, she has great resources for you. And lastly, you have Ms. Williams, who is just oversees the whole department. So if you have any questions and you just need just something that maybe wasn't provided here, or it wasn't explained correctly, or just any other questions that you might have, Ms. Williams would be another resource for you. But like I said, you can contact any of these great people, counselors, our team, and they will help you with anything you will need.
So parents frequently ask questions. If I have a concern, who do I call? Calling your child's school is a great place to start, like we mentioned. But if you need it, you can always call the family hotline, 213-443-1300. And what if I am concerned about my child's well-being since they have been home so long? What do I do? You can also call the mental health support that's on for families, and their hotline number is 213-241-3840.
Once again, we just want to remind you about our Remind app. So our Remind app is a great way to just keep in touch about current events happening here at Edward Markham Middle School and any information that is happening. I believe they send text reminders every day about what periods members should be at, events, and just anything that is being offered outside of school hours. For example, the after school program. So if you have any questions or you want any updates, the Remind app is a great way to stay up to date with current events. The great thing about Remind app is that you can also use it as a text. So you're more than welcome to text back to this number and someone will get back to you. You're wondering, how do I connect to the Remind app? You're gonna open a text message on your phone. You're going to put the number instead of like the contact name. Usually you would put like, oh, your daughter or your child or your parent. You're going to text it to the number 81010. And when you go to write a text message, you're going to put at 7236D9 and you send the text message. There's going to be a little pop-up that says, oh, do you want to be charged? They're not going to charge you anything extra. I'm assuming this is for people who have like limited minutes. It's just letting you know that they're going to charge you. But if you have unlimited, you shouldn't worry about it. But this is a great way for you to be in communication with anyone at the school or to be aware of current events.
Yes, and keep in mind that when you do sign up and send that message, you're going to get a response, and it's going to ask you for your name, and it's going to ask you to indicate whether you're a parent or a student so that you get added to the Connect group. It might ask your birthday as well. And you just want to answer, and then at the end, it'll give you the message saying, great, you are now connected to this specific group, which is the Markham Middle School group, and it'll give you the option to download the Remind app. You want to download the Remind app because whenever we send flyers or any pictures like the bell schedule, through text message, you won't receive them, but on the Remind app, you're going to be able to see the actual picture, and that's going to help a lot more with all of our communications, so stay connected. All right, and we are done. Woo!
You did it!
All right, so your exit ticket is to send a text message to this phone number, which is our school to home contact number, 323-388-3267, and you're going to text the information below. Your full name, your student's name that goes to Markham, and the title of the module that you just finished. So this one is Module 3, Distance Learning.
An example would be, my name is Raquel Martinez. My child is Ayala Victoria. And the title of the module would be Module 3, Distance Learning.
Yes. Thank you for Thank you for watching. And remember to contact us if you have any questions.
Yes.
We are here to help.
Please do. We're bored.
Have a good one.